They told Barack Obama he wasn't black enough, and that single sentence followed him for years like a shadow he couldn't escape. It didn't come from strangers on the street. It came from classrooms, from conversations, from people who looked like him but refused to fully claim him. And for a young Obama, that rejection cut deeper than open hatred ever could. Before the applause, before the historic speeches, before the White House, Barack Obama was a young man quietly breaking inside. In white spaces, he was too black. In black spaces, they said he was not black enough. No matter where he went, someone questioned who he was. Obama grew up without a clear sense of belonging. His father was absent, his mother was white, and his upbringing didn't fit into any neat box. When he entered college, he hoped to finally find his place. Instead, he found judgment. Some black students mocked the way he spoke. Others laughed at his background. They told him he didn't sound right, didn't act right, didn't understand real black struggle. Those words stayed with him long after the conversations ended. Late at night, Obama would sit alone, replaying those moments in his mind, asking himself a dangerous question: who am I supposed to be to belong? That confusion slowly turned into pain. And that pain pushed him toward drugs and smoking. Not for rebellion. Not for pleasure. But for silence. He later admitted that part of his drug use came from trying to understand his identity, trying to answer whether he was black enough in the eyes of others. Even when he stepped into politics, the whispers never stopped. He was called too polished. Too calm. Too different. Some said he didn't represent them. Others claimed he didn't understand their struggle. Every insult attacked the same wound, his identity. But instead of letting it destroy him, Obama did something rare. He listened. He read deeply about history. He learned from people's pain. He stopped trying to perform an identity for approval and started accepting every part of himself: the confusion, the contradictions, the discomfort. And in that acceptance, he found power. Obama realized he didn't need permission to belong. His story didn't have to match anyone else's. His mixed background, his questions, his struggle, they weren't weaknesses. They were bridges. That pain shaped his empathy. That rejection sharpened his voice. That loneliness taught him how to speak to people who felt unseen. When Barack Obama finally stood on the world's biggest stage, he wasn't trying to prove he was black enough. He spoke as someone who understood rejection from the inside. The words meant to shrink him ended up shaping a leader strong enough to change history. Sometimes, the world tries to tell you who you are. And sometimes, refuses